Hey guys, Ryan here, and in today's video, I'm going to attempt to help you get better aim and try a more generalized approach on explaining on how to improve your aim. We're going to begin this video by talking about the magic of micro adjustments. Now, if you're on controller, if you're on mouse and keyboard, micro adjustments are the main thing you're doing if you're actually attempting to aim. And a lot of people don't think about this. They think about the way they center, they think about how fast their sensitivity is, their tracking ability, but they never think about how able am I to actually actively micro adjust my aim to get on target. When someone goes behind a head glitch, are you able to get on target? When someone's moving, are you able to get on target? Are you overly reliant on aim assist? Are you overly reliant on always being centered and winning gunfights before your centering isn't important? What is it that you're missing? Because if you don't have the ability and the skill to micro adjust your aim, then that's what you need to focus on and work on. A lot of people, and I'm not kidding, and I'm sure you can almost relate to this, they put their aiming crosshair in a general direction of someone and then they kind of just pray. They let recoil take their gun in whatever direction. They kind of attempt to stay on target, but overall they don't have that confidence or the ability to actually track their opponent and make those micro adjustments to actually win those gunfights. And this isn't a problem because, well, that's where we all begin. That's how we all have to get better. But it's something you have to realize is holding you back if you want to actually be good at this game. With how fast the time to kill is in this game, the difference between hitting chest shots and headshots versus hitting lower limb and stomach shots is so big and so important. It's actually disgusting if you aren't purposely attempting to improve your aim to be hitting chest shots consistently. The difference in time to kill can sometimes be 150 milliseconds, sometimes even more than that if you aren't hitting one headshot or if you aren't hitting chest shots. And you may think, well, yeah, whatever, that's not that big of a deal. But no, I am not kidding. It's actually a massive deal, and it's something you need to highly consider, because this is why a lot of people beat you in 1v1 gunfights, and it's simply because you don't actually actively practice micro adjusting your aim. And this is something you need to learn, is a core skill of any good first person shooter player. But this also goes hand in hand with the second point I want to talk about in this video, and that's that Rome wasn't built in a day, Ryan wasn't built in a day, and neither were you. And what that means is, if you really want to get better, you can't rush the long-term process and what it actually takes to get good at aiming. When I started actually wanting to be good at Call of Duty, I already had about 1,000 to 2,000 hours of Call of Duty under my belt. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was 8 years old. I've been playing first-person shooters since Halo 2 when I was 7 years old, and I've been absolutely in love with the genre since. I play PC shooters, I play controller shooters, I'll play whatever. And I could be talking about Apex Legends, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I could be talking about Fortnite, even though it's a third-person shooter. I could genuinely be talking about almost any shooter. And no matter what, there's no substitute for the time actually spent attempting to get better at aiming. And no, I don't mean time spent playing. I mean time spent attempting to get better. Because there's a distinguished difference. And there's a difference between someone who practices and someone who focus practices getting better. And a lot of people don't realize this. They think I'm joking. They think I'm like, oh yeah, it's all just buzzwords, whatever. No, this is the main ingredient. This is the main thing that will separate you from everyone else around you. If you learn to focus practice your aim, you will get better aim. If you learn to focus practice your overall positioning, you will get better positioning. If you focus practice almost anything in your life, you will get better at that thing. There is a huge difference between just hopping on and playing and then actually hopping on, focusing on what you're doing wrong, focusing on what you need to improve, taking things I talk about in these videos, implementing them into your gameplay, and actually focusing on being a better player. But I do feel it is necessary to point this out. I firmly believe that if you want to get better, it's not about playing 8 hours with focused practice. It's about spending 30 minutes, an hour of playing, actually focusing on something to get better, hyper focus on one or two things, and then just play for fun. Don't over stress it. Don't worry about it. Don't burn yourself out. But do take at least 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, and actually focus on something. Whether it be your movement, whether it be looting faster and actually finding people in engagements, whether it's actually practicing your aim, your centering, your tracking ability, whatever. Just spend a little time actually focusing on it, and I promise you're going to get better. And this is going to move us into this last thing, and this is the third tip for this video, and that's don't underestimate your hardware and things like controllers, guys. When I started using a Control Freak, it changed my game almost instantly. When I started using paddle controllers way back in Black Ops 2, my movement changed instantly, and that's coming from someone who's played Claw his entire life. When you actually focus on little things like hardware, your FPS, if you're playing on a new PS5, your TV and its response rate, all of these little things and all these little details, those are oftentimes the difference between you and players that might be quote unquote better than you. And while that is a painful thing to realize, because a lot of times you want to close that gap in skill, if you're on 40 FPS on a PS4 on a TV that only has 60 Hertz and a 10 millisecond response time, and you're facing someone like me who has 130, 140 FPS, 144 Hertz monitor, you are genuinely going to struggle to compete. And I know that sucks to hear for a lot of people because they don't have the money to afford to upgrade. And I was in that spot for a long time as well. And that is something that I think is really unfair for a lot of people, and it's something that you really can use as an excuse. I'm not saying use it as an excuse because I don't think that's a proper mindset, but do be aware, guys, you are not playing on an even playing field, and it sometimes means you're at such a massive disadvantage in terms of sheer math. It's actually hard to put into words. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this video up, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I hope that the content's helping you get better, and I really hope this video kind of helps people who genuinely want to get better aim, because I'm telling you, a lot of things I talked about in this video are the keys to success. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.